Hey guys, it's almost New Year, and I made this AI manifesto with AI. So thought this could be quite useful to share because I'm not sure if you felt it so far. I've been in the AI game since it really started and gathered traction since like 2020. Been obsessed with AI since 2015, and every day that passes by, we are seeing more progress, right? So it's like super exciting stuff happening right now. And I want you to have a nice next year, 2025, and make sure that you take advantage of what's available, the AI technology that's available to you, and really feel it as a sense of urgency, right? Because yeah, it's you've seen these posts, my posts sometimes like, yeah, AI is going to take everything and so forth. The goal, if you're gonna feel fear, is to react right with anger, not to that pose, but like take that anger and put it into action and building something that is aligned with this AI age that we're getting into. And this manifesto here is sort of highlighting that. So no excuse, no falling behind. So sort of prompted in some way, you're gonna see it's interesting. So just like fire revolutionized humanity, AI is reshaping the world right now. Sitting on the sidelines, not just an option, while others are building a future. Every second wasted is a nail in the coffin of irrelevance. Sam Altman is moving faster than you. That's funny. That founder, Sam Altman, he's probably the best founder in the world. It's no surprise that he came from Y Combinator in Silicon Valley. So if you want to have an example nowadays, it's no longer Elon that is wow. Like Elon was probably 2010, 2020. I'm not saying he's being left behind, but the founder that delivers the most and that ships the most features and is building the best product is Sam Altman. So that should be enough to motivate you. Just like keeping track on a daily basis of who's doing what, who's excelling in what industry, and who's building the most. Like, just go check out Sora for 2 seconds, right? Sora has been shipped since 2 weeks, and look at these AI videos. I mean, it's just crazy. There's nothing like it. And now it's 5 seconds videos. Soon it'll be 20 seconds, right? And it's just so amazing to watch all these videos as well. The creativity and the quality of AI and what it's building. Sam Altman is that founder that we should all be looking up to. AI doesn't wait. AI learns faster, scales faster, delivers faster than any human ever could. So AI wrote this, by the way, and it's not hallucinating, right? It is just true. Our only advantage right now as humans, I mean, some of us might still have a creativity and brain mode. Like even I, super brain, I don't feel that's that much a case anymore, but is that we have agency, right? So we can act. AI cannot act. They don't have, the companies haven't deployed agents yet. They don't want agents to be out there because that will pretty much be the holy fuck moment of like Skynet Terminator like moment when an AI has access over the full internet and have agency. Okay, they can take actions, right? Fill out forms, get you book on PR opportunities, send emails for you, etc., etc. That will imply loss, right? And when that moment hits, like most knowledge workers will be rendered obsolete. Like right now, for example, I'm creating LinkedIn posts. The AI can write better than me. I would just give an AI the carte blanche, like we say in French, right? Like, hey, just go do your thing. Go write some posts that will get me tons of likes, that won't sell my soul too much and get me money. And it will do so. Um, this is not a creator market. It's mostly like a consumer market. So keep in mind that even if these AI agents tools would be out there, there would be a lot of people still consuming, right? So they would be consuming the content that I would put out, that my AI would put out, right? Until they would adapt, until they would know that there's an AI behind this. So the point here is that things are moving incredibly fast. And yeah, it's probably gonna move way faster than you think. So scales faster, learns faster, delivers faster. Like the future is really friggin' fast. You can't outsmart the curve. Yeah, my business thesis since the last couple of years, like I've been in business for 10 years now, and it's always been like being the smartest in the room, right? Work on my IQ that much that I always know what I'm talking about. I'm always the best at to talk about one topic in the room. Like put me in an HR room, I suck at that. I will never be good at giving HR advice, right? But put me in a lead gen podcasting room, which is a small room, of course, but I'll be number one. And add AI in front of that, I'll surely be the best of the best in the world. So don't try to outsmart, like, is interesting advice or part of the manifesto, but let's see what it has to say. Catching on to that. It's about staying ahead, AI adoption. So yeah, just adopting the tools, trying them out, instead of being like, oh, I'm going to build my own AI, or, oh, even worse, like, I'm not going to use AI. I think like most people, when we started this year and the one before, they were like doubting AI. It's like, oh, not sure if AI is going to replace us, not sure if AI is even good. Well, I can tell you, and by the way, that's founders and CEOs, right? My audience, and they're really smart. But I can tell you by the end of this year, there's very, very few people that are still talking shit about AI, and that it's not performing, it's dumber than humans, it won't replace us. Like 98% of founders and CEOs agree that it's gonna replace most of the workforce. And yeah, well, smart ones, right? Like dumb ones, they still are living in an ostrich hole. So that just goes to show. And by the way, when it started, at least 50% believe that AI wouldn't be replacing anything. So try to be an early adopter. Generally speaking, doesn't mean like being the first and overhyping something, but being early generally pays off, right? Like the um, first movers advantage. Try to get that. Survival of the ruthless adopters. Show no mercy to inefficiency, hesitation, or fear. So yeah, again, like moving fast, right, and automating stuff. Um, I guess is the name of the game. Like, don't be scared to try out these tools, right? Like a lot of us, especially older folks, they give themselves an identity, right? Like, oh, I'm old, I'm almost out of the market, and that's not me. Like early adopters, they're just like bitches that adopt tools early to get attention. So you need to make it part of your identity and who you are. You need to change that. The comfort zone, so your lack of time, lack of yeah, stop excuses. Excuses, they, especially if you're smart, they crawl upon you, right? Like even I have excuses. Oh, today I hurt my knee, I won't do sports, or getting comfortable in like publishing content instead of actually building AI campaigns in the last couple of days. Well, it's all excuses. Oh, I'm in holidays. Oh, I need to buy this instead of work. Like they are really subtle. The smarter you are, the smarter your excuse will be. So try to be conscious about your mindset and how you um, approach everything when it comes to reality and the truth, and being conscious and analyzing yourself. Because yeah, a lot of us will just like put excuse upon excuses, and the result of that is in the AI space and the technology space that yeah, we forge an identity of being like an old school person, right? And not using these technologies, but there's like a noble sapien not using the stick, not using fire, not using a spear to hunt, right? Commit to mastery. So yeah, it's really survival. It's job survival, right? And if we live in a capitalist economy, we're talking about your job here and your livelihood. The thing is, like, even if you've adopted internet, that was maybe like one leap you've taken like 20 years ago. You need to go further than that. Like that moat won't last for long if you're a knowledge worker, right? If Well, no one that is outside of my scope for this video will be listening to that. But if you're a factory worker, I mean, bots aren't there, a cashier, etc. This will take maybe a bit more time. But if you're a knowledge worker like myself, you're a consultant, right? My audience, well, it's coming for you, right? So you can't be old school, like, and not use technology and live in this era. Like, as I'm doing this video right now, I'm watching like a creepy AI Christmas video. It's all image related, and that is the personification of AI. It's fucking creepy, man. It's like, it's so good. It's so good. It's a reflection of a reality in the computer space, and us knowledge workers, we are operating in that environment, right? Like in the internet, and it has arrived. And I mean, just go on Sora and watch. That's the personification of AI. If that is not enough to convince you to stay on top, then I don't know what will. So this manifesto, I've put it in this description. It will be published on my LinkedIn in a couple of days. So keep it near you. It's a nice little motivation to adopt AI, right? And really get in the race, because yeah, it's getting faster and faster. That doesn't mean that we're getting tired and more tired, right? As entrepreneurs, it just means that as human being, we constantly adapt. That's called the evolution, right? Some people may have denied that in the last couple of years, some communist slash socialist type of people. But yeah, like, this makes it very obvious. It's a new race. You need to be into it. Everything will go fine, right? Like, racing is cool. We've all done sports when we were young. So if you stop doing that, if you stop competing in some sense, then now's the right time to get back on track, right? Is there another option? Not really. So that's the part that sort of sucks, like, but yeah, do we really have a choice? Is like freedom of will, is free will like a thing? I never thought that free will was a thing. The thought of it's not being a thing is sort of depressing, but that's just serotonin in your brain, right? That's just like a meager human brain trying to understand reality. So yeah, just play the game well. Be self-motivated, be self-starter this 2025, and use these tools adequately, because yeah, it is fascinating. If you are playing the game, it is fascinating. If you're not, you're feeling like a bullied kid being left out, right? You don't want to feel that way. So this manifesto will be available in a couple of days from now. I've like put it in the description here if you want to use it. It can be summarized in one sentence: use AI or you will be fucking left to die. So this is my call to action for you in 2020.